first world problem right here, this guy, right? There is really so much stuff going on. Like, bro, how do you live comfortably in such a limited space like this? Hi and welcome back to the channel. Steven right here today with episode 3 of my roast series, where I will roast your anime figure collection. It is very simple. Just email me photos of your anime figure collection. Your room spaces, your figure display, anything and everything related to anime figures, and I will roast whatever that you send me, right? So this time around for episode 3, we actually have a bit more content than episode 2. There are 12 users over here, 12 of you who have sent me photographs. Normally, I would limit the total to 10 people per episode, but leaving 2 of you hanging and waiting for maybe 5 or 8 more people to submit content before I roll out episode 4 feels a bit feels a bit sad in a way, right? So I have decided to push out all 12 of you in this episode 3. Okay, we shall go in alphabetical order as usual. Now the first guy over here, Araragi, I think your room display is the most impressive one. Well, your figure collection is not as many as a few other people in this episode over here. You don't have that many figures on display, but I think your display is my absolute favorite for how neat and how well organized everything appear to be, right? Okay, before that, we take a look at the email you sent me first. Okay, I'm Araragi from myfigurecollection.net by the same name. I just came across your last episode of reaction to your subscribers' collections, so I thought it would be fun to send you updated pictures of mine. Okay, this is the main display of which I attach an overall picture of 3 zoomed in pictures and 2 secondary displays in other rooms. The attached pictures are resized, and here is a link to the full-sized ones. Okay, and then more infos on some pieces. The levitating figure with red hair on the center of the main display is a custom figure of Tuan Kirie from Project Ato's Harmony. The artist and I published articles recently on myfigurecollection.net. Oh, that is really nice. Yeah, I think I won't be going through those articles in this video, but maybe I will attach the links in the description below for the ease of everyone in case you guys want to check out more. Okay, Alter Asuka is sitting on a custom base recreating a scene from Reboot of Evangelion. And then there are 7 third-party Evangelion statues. Alright, and then Union Creative Twin More Object is the Eva Store Limited Edition Evangelion and Steins Gate themed acrylic blocks behind figures are also custom. Wow, lots of custom stuff. Alright, I think that is all for your email. I appreciate how detailed you went into with your email typing over here. Okay, so you see, when I saw this picture over here, I was asking myself, are you working for Good Smile Company or something? Because for some reason, this picture over here reminds me of, was it Kahotan or someone else working for Good Smile? Like, the room space they used to share in their website is very similar to this. I'm not saying exactly the same, but very similar. And man, I just like how neat this thing is. This whole setup is, it is not overly cluttered, not very messy, which is something a lot of figure collectors are unable to achieve because you guys don't want to buy cabinets. Like, you want to keep all the money for anime figures, so you are keeping the bare minimum amount of budget for display cabinets, for shelves and so on, and then sometimes your furniture and everything else, they just mismatch. And I would say at least 80% of figure collectors out there, their room and space pictures, or at least what I've seen online, yeah, they appear to be pretty disorganized. And I do understand, because most of you don't have a choice, like, you don't have the space, right? And then it is hard to plan for the future. Like, maybe you don't expect to be collecting so many figures, and then you made it big in your business, in your career, and so on, and then suddenly you are buying a lot of stuff. So it is impossible to predict the future. That is one thing. We will see 3 years down the road or 5 years down, whether Arceus display will become more cluttered than this, right? But this is really impressive. I like it a lot. Okay, so let's have a look over here. This wall-mounted shelves, right? I actually like it quite a bit. Personally, I would really hate drilling my walls whenever I can. Like, installing this was really a nightmare. And I did this. I mean, this is impossible to install solo. You need at least a pair of helping hands, right? And I would imagine a shelf like this is no different. You can't do it solo. And whatever that you are displaying on your wall over there, I love it. Like, I'm thinking of doing the same exact thing with my own figure photography works in my studio. Like, print them out and then frame them with a white border like this across the wall at my photography segment. I was thinking of doing that, but no step by step because all of this involves money. Okay, so we have Aniplex 02. What? Yeah, this is from Honkai series, right? Apex Toys. Asuka. Yeah, I have this Alter Asuka figure as well. I think I featured her in one of my videos. Great figure, seriously. And that one is pretty hard to find nowadays. This is Yui Kotegawa, right? Yes, Yui Kotegawa and Sirenji, what was her name again? Haruna. Those two must be by Union Creative. Union Creative are the ones doing all these To Love Rule figures in their darkness outfit. And then we here have more Asuka, Rei. Alright. This is just so aesthetic, man. I freaking love your display. This is Alters. I forgot her name. I'm bad at remembering names. So from this point onwards, you'll see me mentioning the character, I mean the anime the character came from and the company behind it, but I don't necessarily remember their names. This figure, I used to own her. Yeah, this one over here. She is from this anime adaptation, I suppose, Real Wars. And this figure should be by, was it Good Smile or Max Factory? Either one. And the biggest problem with this figure was that it is very difficult for her to sit upright. Like, it is very easy to knock her over. Just a touch and then she'll like roll over, right? So this figure was pretty bad in stability, but other than that, the paintwork and everything, it is outstanding, right? That is a good figure. I sold it to fund my other figure purchases. In Good Smiles, can't remember her name once again, from Darling in the France, and this was one of the most hated girls in the anime, right? But this is a great figure though. And this figure of this lolly over here from High School DxD, can't recall what company made this figure. Can't recall at all. Yeah, and Good Smile Company's Mikasa Ackerman, right? This is the standard version from the looks of it. You did not buy the deluxe version with the rooftop base. Okay, there has been so many scale figures of Mikasa over the years, but my favorite version is still the one by Good Smile, this one over here. Yeah, still my favorite even today. And Good Smile did re-release it once. Is it already out? I don't think so. Back then, during the first release, it was hilarious. It was one of the most delayed figures by Good Smile, like a record. That figure was delayed for over a year, more like 15 months. Yeah. And this is a One Fest limited edition of Makise Kurisu, right? White coat version. I also used to own this figure. I fought for one in a local anime event, only to sell it later. Yeah. And surprisingly, this scientist over here, what's her name again? What's his name again? Anyways, is this by DreamTech and Wave Corporation? I'm not too sure. But man, they surely go very well together. This is an unexpected pairing. I did not expect these two figures to go together so well, man. Yeah, this looks like a company office, man. Like a figure company displaying their product together with a name tag next to the figure, no? But I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, and next picture, Yae Sakura. This one was really popular. Like, when this figure was released, almost every day you saw people posting this picture and it would make it to the front page of MFC. 02, Asuka. Oh, that is a really tall Asuka figure, third party, right? I think this is DreamX Studio as mentioned in your email earlier. Oh, so this is your favorite girl from Shokugeki no Soma Food Wars. Okay. She has a bit of an attitude problem, but still very likable, right? Is that from Shokugeki no Soma? That short hair girl. I'm not sure if I'm mistaken, but feels very familiar. Okay, next picture. Yep. All the Union Creative to Love Rule figures, and then here original art figure. Is this by Lovely? I think so. Chinese brand. This guitar girl over here. Nezuko by Aniplex. Aniplex my, and then this is, I don't know what company, but this is from, yeah, Excel World, right? That girl from Excel World, Black Lotus. And this is from Orchid Seed. I don't remember her name, from Grisaya no Kajitsu. I loved the anime adaptation as well. This Asuka, oh yeah, Asuka, very familiar. Was it Kotobukiya or Good Smile? Anyways, very neat photographs over here. Very neat setup over here. Right, next picture. Oh, more wall-mounted displays. You know, I used to brush them off, like wall-mounted. Do they even look nice? But then now I'm seeing how you mounted your figures on the wall with these boxes over here. Yeah, they look fabulous. Racing Miku is this version 2021, right? I forgot which year. I own this figure as well, by the way. This Miku was also very popular by Apex Toys, I think. Yeah, I think I am certain that 1x4 scaled Bunny Girl earlier is from Food Wars. Yeah. Now that I see you collect Food War anime figures, Arena and Mito, yes. Ikumi Mito, Meat Master. I used to own the Max Factory version, right? The one in her bikini. Yeah, the military bikini. This one, is this Kotobukiya? I can't remember, but very familiar. And what else do we have over here? More Evangelion stuff. Big Evangelion fan, I see. Everything is organized in a way that it feels aesthetic to look at. My studio looks like a complete mess in comparison at the moment. Alright, and that is all from Archiville. I really liked your room over here. Fantastic job on setting up everything, right? Okay, we move on to the next one over here. Azulev. Okay, Azulev, you have emailed me over and over, and even though I did not respond to your emails, yeah, I read every single one of them, right? So don't worry about it. Now, the thing is that you were always updating your collection. Like, you have new stuff arriving, and then you send me a new picture. You have new cabinets, you send me another picture, and so on. Yeah. So you sent me at least half a dozen emails, maybe more than that. I mean. Okay, let's see over here. Mine is not a true anime room because I had to split my room into sections because it is my main living space in the one-bedroom flat. Okay, I focus on maximizing how many display cases and shelves I can fit along with the displays. I'm in the middle of doing another good star to stack on top of the one on the ground so that it may look messier. Less messy or messier? I still have 3 more good star cabinets of Blaliden and Eggcats to assemble, along with more figures due this year. If I can fit any more display cabinets once those are all done, I will add more. If you are still showcasing ghosting setups, I'll send another set of pictures once it is all done. Okay. Excuse the hack job support post. Some of the figures are old and have fatal flaws or will lean over time. Yeah, this is a problem with many of the older figures, and I have read some of the comments saying that I will never buy figures that is standing on a single leg because they always lean. That is true 10 years ago, but nowadays, I think that is extremely rare. I would be more concerned with, you know, dusty, sticky, or yellowing figures over leaning figures. Like, leaning is pretty rare nowadays, right? Of course, I still have my own reservations, like the Good Smile Company 02 figure I reviewed on this channel. The wedding dress version, that figure freaked me out. Like, yeah, it was standing on one leg, and the problem was that the figure was very heavy in terms of weight distribution, very unbalanced even. So that one had, I was concerned about that one, but I would say most of the figures I buy nowadays, they're standing on one leg, but I'm not worried about them at all. Okay, so what I have done over here is that pictures that appear similar, like you sent me new pictures to replace the older one because the same cabinet has new figures, but it is the same cabinet, then I am not including the older pictures, right? So that things won't appear too repetitive. Yeah, I hope that I did not miss out anything though, but still there are a lot of pictures over here. Let's go through them. Okay, so this is supposed to be a 1-bedroom flat, but very spacious. This is pretty spacious for a 1-bedroom flat. Like in my country, 1-bedroom flats are really strictly for those on a low budget. Not exactly strictly, but those from a lower income household, those are the ones living in such spaces. And the 1-bedroom flats over here in my hometown, yeah, they are really tiny. I'm not sure if it is because your smartphone camera, yeah, the camera behind is dirty, but you're getting all this flare from your LED lights, yeah. Usually this means that your camera is dirty on the front. They are smudges, which is where you get this flare effect over here. And those are really bright lights. One of those cheaper LEDs, right? Because those cheaper LEDs, they have a slight blue color tinge, and it is so obvious over here in your pictures. Okay. And one more thing that caught my attention is your chair. Presumably, is that gaming chair or ergonomics chair? Because I don't know, but it doesn't look very comfortable to me at least. Alright, next picture over here. This is very easy to notice. Like anyone who owns this figure immediately attracts my attention because she stands out above everything else, right? Altus Schwartz from Arknights. Like, I have been trying very hard to avoid Arknights whenever I can because FGO and Blue Archive to a lesser extent is making me feel very poor. So I wouldn't want to touch Azulian, Arknights and so on if possible, but this figure over here is one of very few Arknight figures in my wishlist. I hope that I can afford to get one someday. Okay, I do recognize this figure, but I can't remember what is her name or even which company she is from. This is Arknights 2, right? By Mietos, the black color dress version. I think so. Either Apex or Mietos. Wait, no. This is by Apex, I think. They are doing a series of black color dress figures of Arknight characters. And then here, yeah. Figmas, Chen, Pecora, and then this is... Can't remember the name of the anime anymore. I watched it. The anime was a horrid mess of CGI animation. Okay, and then here are Fats companies, No Game No Life figures. Yep. Shui, Shiro, and Jibril. All three are from Fats company. Alright, next picture. What do we have? On top, Apex Toys again. What's her name again? Yae Sakura, is it? From one of the Honkai games, you know. Okay. I noticed that this character isn't very popular. Like, 3 or 4 of you who sent me room pictures have figures of this character. I think original character Chiyo. And this version, I can't be sure which company because there are over a dozen different brands that made figures of this character. Okay, and then here, yeah, Taito's Marin Kitagawa. This is one of the cheapest albedo scale figures out there before Good Smile made their laundry one, which went on pre-order recently. Until the Good Smile one came out, before that, this was one of the cheapest by Union Creative. It is a non-scale figure. Yeah. But this is a pretty average albedo figure, but at least the price reflects that. Okay, Kotobukiya's Roxy Migodia. Oh, wow! Why did you buy this figure of Yaya, dude? This is Griffin Enterprises Yaya, and this is Kotobukiya's version. Maybe you like Yaya so much that you bought both of her scale figures, right? But Griffin's Yaya was horrible. You know, those red color things, those are supposed to be ribbons. But in the actual figure, it almost looks like she is chewing on some intestines, you know? Like, it was really bad, right? I even made a meme out of that figure by Griffin. Yes, this Yaya figure by Griffin, and it won picture of the day on myfigurecollection.net because so many people could relate to the horror of Griffin Enterprise figures. At least you own the Kotobukiya one, so I am not complaining too much over here. Who is this? Is that card captor Sakura? Is that her? It looks like her, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, it should be because this card thing over here, right? Should be card captor Sakura. Okay, next picture. Okay, what do we have over here? Kugumi. There are so many Kugumi figures that, of course, I don't remember which brand made this one. I think this could be Kadokawa or Revolve or Charaani. No, can't be Charaani. Charaani doesn't make stuff like this. Could be Furyu as well. Yeah, Furyu has a number of Chinese dress figures. Could be Furyu, but I can't remember anymore. Okay. Once again, that girl from that very CGI heavy anime. It is an old anime, I think. Is it her or anyways? Okay, this is Max Factory's John Diak Outer. This must be Taito EMP Plus, right? Yeah. Taito EMP Plus, Mai Sakurajima, Aniplex 02, very popular figure. Oh, this is very old. These two figures, they are by Outer. What was the name of the game again? It is a game. Very old figures. These two are from the late 2000s. 2008, I think. And they went for 5,000-6,000 yen each only back then. And here, card captor Sakura again by Good Smile. Next picture over here, what do we have? The Top Go Toho stuff. Yeah, Toho stuff. I don't remember which figure brand. It is not like I know everything, you know. More like I can't remember them. Okay, Homura and Madoka. I see that you put a couple of rods over there for Madoka. So you are afraid of the bow sagging down. I think the bow is not the biggest problem, but good on you for putting this one over here. This is very important. You see, this Godoka figure, as some of us call it, right? She has a fatal flaw. I have 3 friends who suffered from the same problem, this figure. After a number of years, the figure will just automatically break off from the base and collapse. So yeah, that is a very smart thing to do over there. You don't want the figure to break frontwards. Yeah, this figure is known to have this problem. And here, Alters, what is her name again? I don't remember, but this is by Alter, very popular figure. You Americans, your favorite rifle, AR-15, right? Is that AR-15? I think it is, right? Okay, and here, Toho figure again. Oh, this is very old as well, from Outer. This is from Senjo no Valkyria, a game, but there was an anime adaptation, and I loved the anime. I watched it long ago. Beatless Leisha by Good Smile, fantastic figure. Yeah, I wanted to buy Leisha, and this girl over here, I forgot her name. This figure was delayed for 2 or 3 years, man. It was announced in One Fest, and then the pre-order only began 2 or 3 years later, like Good Smile neglected it, as if it is not important anymore, in a way. Okay, and here from Shining Wind, I don't remember her name, of course. Taito figures, EMP Plus Albedo. What else do we have? This is Taito EMP Plus as well, Elena, right? Sakura Miku, what is that? This is the Kotobukiya figure, Hololive character. Of course, I don't know the name because I don't care about VTubers or Hololive in general. Question, what is the specs of a PC? Right, like my custom PC at home, the specs is pretty outdated nowadays. Like we are talking about Ryzen 3070 and RTX 2060. Yeah, I think my RTX 2060 should be upgraded to minimum 3060 for the video RAM I need for editing videos. But it is still pretty outdated. Now, the question why I'm asking about the spec is that how hot does it get inside here? Like, yeah, I think in general, desktop computers don't get as hot as laptops. Laptops can go over 80 Celsius very easily. I'm not kidding over here. So it is very unlikely that your 02 figure there will melt. Personally, I wouldn't do that, right? Okay, so we have quite a... Wow. Bro, this is very spacious for a 1-bedroom flat, man. Very spacious. For some reason, I don't know why, but the kinds of lighting you are putting in your cabinets, it is so painful to look at for me. I don't know whether it is because of the glare or something, but I could imagine if this was my room, I would feel like the lights are way too bright, for me at least. Yeah. Right. Is that a curved monitor? Oh no, 2 separate monitors, alright. How many of you own a curved monitor? Yeah, those extra long curved monitor, they are super expensive, but I would love to have one. Seriously. Same shelf as the one earlier, yes. Next picture, I think there is something new over here, yes. I know the pictures are very blurry because most smartphones, even expensive ones, they will really struggle to get decent photos in a low light environment like this, like a dark room indoors. They often don't do very well. Okay, on top here, I think those are pop-up rates from Ruby, right? Yes, Ruby. Kana. I can't really tell what brand did that figure, but it can't be one of the top tier brands. Taito EMP Plus Albedo again. I see a lot of you own this figure as well. It is a great figure. Sakura, Miku, and yeah, Elena. Okay. Messy wire management. But mine is worse, right? My cable management is a total mess. Wow, the glare. I am not even in your room, but I can already feel how bright these lights are. Something different. Alright, let's have a look. Genshin stuff on the top go. Ningguang, Ganyu, Mona, and Keqing. Purple Heart. This figure is one of my biggest regrets. That one is by Outer. That figure literally is floating on 3 or 4 gods over there, and then it is so easy to knock the figure over. I did knock it over and broke the wing, and then in a desperate attempt to fix it, I did more damage. Yeah, that is a story for another day. That figure of Purple Heart warrants her own special video, and trust me, when I do share it with you guys, when I feel ready to do so, you guys are going to cringe for sure. This figure, is it Good Smile? This figure over here, what's her name again? Fabulous figure, yeah, and Cosmos, yes. Cosmos, she blends in really well with Black Heart and Purple Heart, which I own both. Black Heart, great figure. She looks a lot like Strike Freedom Gundam for some reason, with a huge blade. Okay, second row, we have Xenoblade stuff. Pyra, what's her name again? Homura. Anyways, I don't want to waste too much time trying to recall names over here. And down here, we have, okay, very popular figure as well, Outer's Gen Diak Outer, and this one I can't really recognize. It feels familiar, but I can't recognize this character. Next picture, what do we have over here? Okay, the same picture as earlier, different angle, so we just move on to the next one. Mori Calliope, you know, I have always felt like she looks almost like a replica of Megurine Luca. Yeah, they look alike to me. Pop-up rates. Yeah, pop-up rates, Nekopara characters. And then, that Your Forger, I think I have that very same figure. It is a Sega price. Persona stuff at the back. Miku price figures on the top right. And then, yeah, all the Miku stuff over here. All of these are price figures, I can tell. Next picture, more price figures and pop-up rates. Black Rock Shooter in the back by Good Smile Company. Yeah, that Rimuru and Veldora in front. Hadouken, like the season 2 was fun, and I am excited for season 3, which is now already airing. Yeah. Oh wow, your stash of boxes, right? You see, this is the biggest problem with collecting anime figures in general. Like, when you want to display your figures but also keep the boxes effectively, you need double the amount of space. Yeah, it is a huge headache for sure. Are there anything else I missed out earlier? Yeah, her name is Takao. This one over here. It's too blurry for me. Something Ars Nova, right? I watched the anime adaptation and my opinion remains the same. Like, it is a mess, a CGI mess, man. Yeah, this old outer figure, Narika. Her name was Narika, alright. Kouka, Haruka. See, my pictures over here are so disorganized. Okay, here we have Baltimore from Alter. Oh, she looks fantastic, man. Sasuga Alter. Alter just doesn't disappoint me most of the time, though they did once last year. Yeah, one of the figures I wasn't happy with it. Yeah, that CGI heavy anime. Now I'm just calling it Ars Nova. Yeah, and that is all for pictures from Azul. Thanks a lot for sending it to me. Yeah, if there is one criticism I have for your display is that it is so painful to look at your lighting at least, but I am not personally in the room, so I don't know what it is actually like. Okay, next one over here, Isaac SSJ, 3 pictures. Okay, so here is your email over here. Hello, my name is Isaac. Would prefer to go by Isaac SSJ. I really enjoy your figure news and roasting videos and would be ecstatic to have my collection featured in one of your videos. I am a fairly new collector, September 2023. Wow! So you have been doing collecting figures for less than a year. Alright. Fan of Dragon Ball. Alright. I am not very familiar with Dragon Ball stuff, so my question for you is that all of these genuine figures like by Bandai and Mega House or are they third parties? Like, I literally know nothing. But man, you bought a lot of these, man. It could be price figures as well, because as far as I could recall, yeah, Bandai and also Banpresto, they made a lot. And I made a lot of price figures of Dragon Ball characters. Could be price figures, could be something genuine or third party. I'm no clue at this point. But judging by the way the foot packs are designed, you see this over here, they don't have a base. There is only a plastic block holding the figure up. So I am more inclined to believe these are price figures. Like, you know, those Banpresto and Bandai Spirits price figures, they can be really huge. Sometimes close to 1/6 scale. And this figure over here, this one over here, from Idol Master, yeah, this thing is 1/6 scale, man. It is huge. Okay, what do we have here? One Piece stuff. All right. Yeah, I literally know nothing about the companies behind this shonen stuff, right? Oh wow, this must be a Mega House GEM, right? I think it is. Wow, this looks fantastic. Like, I give Mega House a lot of crap as well. Like, I criticize them a lot, but whether it is warranted or not, sometimes I do feel that I go overboard a bit, because my main criticism with Mega House is that their figures are pretty small, given their pricing, but seems like the level of quality, at least for the effect parts, appear to be quite competent, very decent. Like, this figure looks amazing. Yeah, this is not a big figure, man. It is the base giving us the impression that it is a big figure, but it is not. I have a feeling this is Mega House GEM as well, but I'm not too certain at this point. Could be Figure Arts Zero as well, you know, but Figure Arts Zero should be smaller. Alright, let's move on to the next picture. Alters. Yeah, this is by Alter. Great purchase. To me, the figure felt a bit small. Was it 1/8? I think it is 1/8, right? One of very few Alter figures that is a 1/8 instead of a 1/7. I think I'm too used to 1/7 scale that 1/8 is beginning to feel very small. The whole fan I see. And the last picture from Isaac. Wow, that is a huge Sonic statue on top, man. I'm not sure which brand did this Toho figure. Is it Marisa? Was her name Marisa? Looks like something from Kyoskyo, but I'm not too sure. Oh, that is unmistakably Griffin Enterprise. That base over there. Look, I have 2 of them over here. This is a classic Griffin Enterprise base. I assume that you got this figure. Is her name Sakura or Sakuya Izayoi, right? I'm not too sure. Anyways, that figure, this Griffin Enterprise Toho figures in general, you go to Mandarake and Stalk, you can find one for between 4,000 to 6,000 yen each. They are really cheap nowadays. And as much hate as I have for Griffin Enterprise stuff, their Toho figures are a lot more decent than normal. Yeah, so they are good purchases in general. Meanwhile, the ones behind over here does remind me of figures by Q-Skill. I can't be certain because I don't pay attention to Toho stuff. Griffin Enterprise again, that base, you see, Griffin uses the same base for every figure. This must be from Good Smile, I think, this one. And the one at the bottom, no. I just don't recognize many of these. Seems like you have already prepared yourself. There is an empty shelf up here. Yeah, you have prepared yourself for more figures. Alright, looking forward to see what your collection is like in another year maybe. Yeah, feel free to send me pictures again when your collection has grown a lot bigger, right? Okay, we move on to the next person, James. Okay, I think there was no text in your email. You just sent me pictures. So we'll move ahead and take a look at the pictures. Are all of these third-party resins? I think so, right? So your taste in anime figures is my exact opposite. Like, I absolutely couldn't tolerate figures like this because it looks very messy to me. I know it is subjective. Some of you like epic looking figures with all these diorama bases, like all in one package. I get that. But they look very cluttered to me. So I have never been a big fan of it. Wow. You know, like when I look at this figure on the top left, right? I assume that that black color monster or whatever that is behind, I assumed that is the main character. And then when I zoom in, oh, this dude is the main character in the middle. Like he is completely lost. Right? I couldn't tell what am I supposed to look at first glance. So that is the reason why I feel that they look pretty messy. But this can't be cheap. Is this like $400 or $500 each? Right? Can't be cheap for sure. Okay, let's have a look. All the One Piece stuff, yeah. Third parties, they do this, right? They give you extra head or swappable parts, and then you can display the spare parts as a bust figure, like this one over here. This is something third parties love doing. And I do think it is a genius way of displaying extra parts instead of leaving them lying around, you know? This can't be a genuine figure, right? These are all third parties. And I'm sure you guys can already tell not to overlook third-party figures, especially for those of you who like shonen stuff, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, and so on. You should be looking into third parties instead of genuine figures. Yeah, because third parties, they offer incredible stuff like this, which the genuine figures, they don't offer. Even if they do, they will cost you a lot more. Alright, same figures again. Yeah, the same figures, but we get a closer look over here. I feel like I've seen some of these figures on OSGK even. It feels familiar to me. I know that if I were to display anime figures like this with their own name tag in front for identification, but at the same time, if I do this, it will begin to feel like my display looks more like a figure store, I don't know, or an event display. But I still like it. Somehow, I should consider doing it myself. Attack on Titan stuff. Alright. Oh, I see that you bought this thing. It is okay, right? It is not like your entire collection is full of this stuff. What is the name again? People call it trash for a reason, you know. And here we have Kimetsu no Yaiba shelf. Yeah, looks like you exclusively collect all the stuff from shonen anime. I'm not a fan of the water effect parts over here. I don't know, it doesn't feel realistic, but then again, I shouldn't be expecting water effect parts to look realistic as a solid object. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Of course, don't ask me which company, which studio did these figures. I don't know. Like, there are more third-party companies out there than genuine figure companies, I think. Attack on Titans. I don't have much comments for these figures, but just by sharing with you guys the photos of these figures, yeah, I'm sure you guys can already tell how good third parties can be when it comes to shonen stuff especially. This is Hunter Cross Hunter, right? Looks like it to me. Do you know how many times Animax, yeah, this anime channel, Animax, repeated airing the anime? Next picture over here. Now, I am really concerned about this figure. Like, imagine if you have an angry girlfriend barging into your room. She just slams the door open. That figure would be on the ground. Yeah. That looks scary to me. And especially when I know this is a resin figure, the thing would shatter into a bazillion pieces and it would be impossible to fix it. Hunter Cross Hunter. What? This looks fantastic, man. Like, I may not collect figures like this, but the craftsmanship on this is no joke. I would rather you buy something like this than buying a 1x4 scale by Freeing. Freeing was asking 50 plus to 60 plus thousand yen for a 1x4 scale of characters from Hunter Cross Hunter, but buy something like this instead. Seriously. Yeah, One Piece and their weird character designs, right? This is far from weird. I've seen worse like that. Fat grandma. Oh, I remember this figure. You see, there was a bootleg of this figure going for like 30 or 40 US dollars, and I was considering on buying the bootleg because I wanted to extract that flame effect part on his right arm and to use it as a diorama part on some other genuine figure. Like, to use it literally as a prop, and I will find ways to light up with LEDs by lining the inner section with LEDs. Maybe, I don't know yet how am I going to do it, but I'm thinking of picking up the bootleg version. Yeah, and the bootleg version, I'm not joking over here, 30 or 40 dollars only over in Taobao. Yeah. Now let's move on to next one. Alright, Chainsaw Man, Hayama, right? What's her name? Hayama Akira or something? No. No. Hayama is the white hair guy from Shokugeki no Soma. This is not. Anyways, I told you guys I'm bad at remembering name, but man, this Naruto figure is majestic AF. Oh, that LED over there. Now this is a very well executed effect part. Some effect parts I hate them, but this one is very well executed. Yeah, fantastic. Alright, and here more One Piece stuff. Yamato. Feels very familiar as well. Like, I've seen this figure somewhere before in OSGK. More Naruto stuff here. I'm sure you guys can already tell just by looking at all these images. Are there any single one of these figures with a badly executed face? Like, we are always afraid of third-party companies messing up the face of their figures. At least for shonen stuff, I think you guys can see it very clearly. Every single one of them are excellent. Yeah. It is quite a shame that third-party figure companies are still unable to get the faces right of female characters. Nami and is that Perona? Not sure. And there you go, Absinthe Studios. What's her name again? Anyways, from Cyberpunk. I think episode 1, I saw one of you having this figure. Episode 2, another 2 of you. This is a very popular figure indeed. And this is possibly the highest quality picture of this figure yet. Right? This is really good. The bad news is that if you were to go out and find this figure today, it is not easy to find anymore. Possible to find one, but not easy, right? This is a really good figure of her. Alright, and that is all for pictures from James. Like 90% or 100% of the figures are all third parties. Not like there is anything wrong with it. But I think this his pictures over here is a perfect showcase of third party figure companies. Yeah. Alright, we move on to the next one. Wow, we are almost 1 hour in and I have only gone through 4 persons over here. This is going to be a long journey. Next one over here from Kang and Wong. Or is it Wong Kang and? Like, is that last name, first name, or first name, last name? Because, You know, both Kang and Wong, they are common surnames in Chinese. But anyways, hello, I finally got to set up my display cabinet 2 years after moving in, so there is not much to show. But if it is good enough for your video, you can use it. What do you mean by if it is good enough? Even if you had only 3 figures, it is also good enough, right? I don't want to discourage you guys from sending in pictures just because you feel insecure that my collection isn't as impressive as someone else's when I am not going to compare your collection with another participant's collection. Like, if there is something to roast, I will roast it. If there is something to praise, I will praise it. But I am not in favor of comparing individual A to individual B, like, you should follow this guy, your collection sucks. No, I don't think I'm going to do that. If I am going to roast something, I'll roast it directly instead of comparing. Like, I am trying very hard over here not to be that typical Asian parent who is always comparing their own children to their relatives' children, to the Prime Minister's children, or to whatever. We'll just move on to the pictures over here. Alright. For some reason, it looks fairly aesthetic to me. I think I do have a friend over in Kuala Lumpur who displays his collection in the same way. Like, he has all this Digimon stuff in front, and then behind you see posters, TCG cards, and so on. Yeah, but I myself, I don't collect merchandises outside of anime figures. Like, I don't even have a wall scroll, and I only have one single Dakimakura cover, which is a bootleg from 10 years ago. So, I mean, displaying my figures this way has never really crossed my mind before. You love a Digimon just like I do. The problem is that nowadays, I think I have slowly fell out of love with Digimon, and I don't even know what is the reason. Like, the me from 10 years ago would have really backed Bandai to make all these action figures of Omegamon or Imperial Dramon right here. But today, these figures already exist, but I am no longer interested in buying them. Now, is this action figure or is it Bandai's model kit? It looks like model kit to me. MG Figurize, is it? Looks like Figurize to me. I am not a fan of Master Grade Figurize because, like, the Digimons they made into model kits, they are very, very mechanical in a way. Yeah, they are different from the original character designs we saw in the anime or even the trading card games, you know. Very different, and I can't say I am a fan of them. Like, every single one of them looks like robots and they look out of place. The only exception is Machine Dramon. Yeah. Okay, what else do we have? Nintendo Switch games. Alright. The only Digimon stuff I have ever owned were Gashapons. Yeah, all those small stuff from many years ago. This is... Is that Master Grade or something? I'm not too sure. Alright, what do we have down here? From that slime anime where season 3 is going ongoing. Pop-up raids. You see the base, that hexagonal base, you know it is pop-up raid. Milim Nava, Shuna, this Shion, I think her name, and Rimuru. This is from Naruto, I don't know her name. And behind games, right? I think PlayStation games and Nintendo games. What do we have down here? Lego, alright. And some Nendoroids over there. Yeah, your figure collection does remind me of the displays I see in anime conventions and also figure stores. Like the way you organize them. Not to say it is a bad thing because they do look fairly attractive in their own way. Oh, you have the Tamagotchi. I used to own the one from Digimon 03. Yeah, that shape over there. I used to own the one. It was really cheap back then. I got it. I think it was me way back in primary school. Yes, this is Master Grade Figurize, I'm certain now. I look at the mechanical structure, I already know. And yeah, that is all. Not much stuff, but even though your collection is not as big as some people, I would say the way you are displaying them is quite pleasing to look at. So it is a nice display. Okay, moving on to the next one, we have Chris. Okay, this is your email. Hey, I'm a big fan of your channel. Thanks. and would love to see your reaction on my stuff. Feel free to roast as much as you want. I haven't roasted anyone yet today. For some added context, I'm in my early 20s and live alone. Parents and friends don't care about my degenerate hobbies. Just call me Chris. You know, sometimes I just display my degenerate figures on my desk at home, and then my mom walks in, I'm just chilling, like I don't care. Look, yeah, my Sonicos Opie just exposed like that. I remove the clothes and then my mom is not batting an eye. Yeah, so I don't have a problem with displaying this kind of figures at home, at least for my case, right? Alright, so what do we have over here? You live alone, yeah? Now I like your lighting over here. You see, I'm trying not to compare people, but now I have to, having seen the lighting. Earlier, was it Azul? Your LED was white bluish tone, right? And I said that it feels painful to look at. My eyes feel painful. So maybe you prefer blue color. You want your setup to be blue color. Maybe even your custom PC, the lighting you set for the lighting is also blue color. Then that is fine. But if I were to do my own figure display in my studio, this is the kind of lighting I would like to go for. Like, it is slightly warm. It is not white LED. It is not bluish LED. It is like slightly yellowish, slightly warm, but at the same time, not too warm. So, I'm not sure what the color temperature of the LED over here, but this is the ideal LED color I would go for if I were to do my own display, yeah. Alright, let's move on to the next picture over here. What do we have? Aromanga Sensei, and this was the only prize figure of her. This is from a seasonal anime. This is a Sega prize. I don't remember the anime's name or the character's name anymore. And Kotobukiya did make a scale figure of her. Yeah, so if you like this character, if you can look for the scale figure by Kotobukiya, though whether it is still common or already rare, I have no clue at all. This small figure in the middle, I can't really tell what is that. Alright. Power, Mikasa. Yeah, all of these are either prize figures or pop-up parades. That figure of Tanya is definitely pop-up parade. And then we have Nami behind. Down here... Oh, I have this Miku prize figure as well. I have this one but different color. This is by Taito. The other Miku figures, I'm not too certain, but they are definitely prize figures. Let's move on to the next one. Genshin stuff. Mona Magisters. Great figure, right? Check out my review if you haven't done so. It is a very good buy, and it is not like you have a choice. There are no other scale figures of her. This figure of power, I'm not sure what company did this. I'm not sure. This is a scale figure. Is this Kotobukiya? I'm not too sure at all. That base over here does seem to suggest it is a Kotobukiya figure. This Mikasa is the one by Kotobukiya. And this is Max Factory's Tanya the Guechav. I used to see this figure in person. Like, one of my friends owns one. Very well made figure. Kyuskyo's Aris Boreat. Yeah, this is by Kyuskyo. And down here, bro, I really do appreciate you helping me to censor in advance, because yeah, it is seriously a lot of work. It is not like I could do anything because YouTube does not like it. Meanwhile, the other girl over here, which I don't recognize, like I don't know what figure is that or which company it is from, but that thing is as flat as the airport runway, so maybe YouTube would not care. After all, the bigger the opie, the bigger a problem it is for YouTube. Alright, and what else do we have here? Power. Yes, despite my complaints about the quality control of that figure of power by Freeing, a lot of people bought it because it is not like you guys have a choice, right? That is the only 1x4 skill of her. No game, no life Shiro. I already know what those three figures are at the bottom, but we will move on to the next picture to get a clearer look before I proceed. Okay, once again, power. Power again. What? Fabric clothes. Oh god, I don't like this figure at all. Never been a fan of fabric clothes, man. Is that Azul? Azul 1/6 skill. I'm not too sure. Let me know down in the comments below. Alright, next one. Okay, so this is freeing 1/4 skill. Okay, as for the other, especially the 3 figures at the bottom featuring my pretty face over there, I am really glad that you are putting my face on those 3 figures because I love lollies, right? The one on the bottom left and bottom right, same character, yes. These 2 figures are both made by Orchid Seed. I think they are either 1/7 or 1/6 scale. Should be 1/7, I think, given their size. And I believe their name is Tae Kokuten, right? Yeah, if you go to myfigurecollection.net, which I encourage you to, and search for pictures of these 2 figures, you need to be logged in. You can't see their pictures without being logged in because these are 1000% social justice warrior baits, like lolly characters with barely any clothes on. I think it is just towel covering their bodies, and you can remove the towel, by the way. I once considered buying both of these figures just because I know they are very illegal and very disliked by half of the planet, which is the western side of the planet. After all, it feels really exciting to own illegal stuff, you know. That was the number 1 reason. And number 2, knowing that SJWs hate such stuff, the more I want it after knowing this fact. Yeah. And of course, for me personally, as an anime and game enjoyer who loves collecting anime figures, for me, fictional stuff does not have an age. It does not matter what their appearance is like, whether they look like 10 years old or even 30 years old. They don't have years old behind them. It is fictional. Like, I could draw anything. I could draw a very busty woman and claim that this is 12 years old, and what can you do about it? So really, age and character design mean nothing at all to me. Alright, end of my rant, I suppose. I like how you display these 2 figures in the open like that. I love it. Yeah, you are living alone. I get it, but still, I would challenge any one of you who is living with your family to display figures like that in the open. I totally would do so in my studio once I have my own display. Next picture, oh, black sofa, the threesome version, right? For some reason, everyone loves their black sofas. And this is the L-shaped sofa, so yeah, you guys get my point. Nothing to, oh, dumbbells over there. Moving on to the next picture. Oh wow, is that a LD player, like, you know, those large discs from 20 or 30 years ago? I'm surprised that you have something like that because that is not common nowadays, very rare even. So many of you have a dual monitor setup. I don't even have one. I'm relying on one single monitor, man. Oppai mousepad. What character is that? I can't tell. Alright. Oh, a black cat. I also have a cat. She is quite old by now. Like, she is 10 years old at least. I think I should be sharing pictures of her with you guys at home, not here though. Okay. A lot of empty, unused shelves over there. Just a comment over here, because this bed of yours looks like something I see in prison. Yeah, just my observation. Okay. Manga, right? Yeah, mangas. Personally, I'm not interested in collecting mangas, but in my country, collecting manga isn't easy at all. Like, most of the time, we have to import it, I think. It is nearly impossible to buy it from local stores, not without a special order. And, I mean, the local bookstores that sell manga is like Kinokuniya, which is available only in Kuala Lumpur, not in anywhere else, not even in my home state. Oh, I see. So your waifu is Power. Yeah, I can see that from a figure collection. Just now I mentioned that I have only one single Dakimakura cover, right? Do you know what character it is? I'm sure you guys won't be expecting my answer. It is Super Sonico. Yeah, I bought it because it was so cheap and the print quality appeared to be outstanding. Of course, I couldn't show you guys the picture because she is completely Hadaka. And that is all for pictures from Chris. Alright. Your collection looks more like something to be in work in progress, right? But that is fine. Okay, now we move on to Kyomin Araragi. Okay, my humble collection, it all started collecting Bakemonogatari figures. Yeah, you even call yourself Araragi over here. Tsukihi high grade figure Sega was my first ever figure. Also, I really like your content. Keep up the good work. Yeah, thanks a lot, bro. You see, the thing is that you sent me so many lewd stuff that I had to censor them. I don't have a choice over here, but man of culture right here. Okay, let's have a look. Look at this. This is what I meant by man of culture. All these figures, you have the option to cover up, but you choose to remove all of their parts and to expose their oppai because you are an oppai enthusiast, which is fine. I respect you for that, right? Once again, I'm challenging some of you to display your figures like this if you are living with someone else. Doesn't matter whether it is your parents or your sister or your ex, I don't care, right? As long you're living with someone else. Okay, the one on the top left, I don't recognize this figure, like must be from Native or one of their sub-brands. This is from Vertex Elf Village, original character, very obvious. And we have two outer figures over here from Azul. Marvin Kitagawa's, yeah, that swimsuit version by Aniplex. I actually wanted to get one, but somehow until today I haven't purchased it yet. And the one bottom middle, the one which I have to cover up literally everything, was it Native or one of the Chinese brands? Like, I don't pay as much attention to ecchi figures because even if I were to purchase them, it is not like there is any return of investment, no ROI, so I can't even make a video on YouTube without getting myself into trouble, unless of course I open my own Patreon account and beg for donations in exchange for showing you guys pictures and videos of plastic girls without any clothes on. Yeah, I have received so many suggestions from you guys like to open a Patreon account, which I have considered before, just that, yeah, it is not easy having to manage so many social media accounts, especially when my Facebook page is very active, like a lot of interaction with over 51,000 followers at the moment. I couldn't neglect Facebook. And I'm trying to get back to Twitter or X as well. So it is tough trying to pay attention to so many websites and not neglect any of them. My Instagram is very neglected at this point already. I've given up on Instagram, to be honest, because it feels like no matter what I do, they are going to restrict your follower count anyways unless you pay for all those promotions or you upload a bunch of reels and videos, which I'm not into doing. Alright, back to this picture over here. We'll just jump to the next one. Same picture, different angle, and I'll put my face on the left side instead because I want to talk about the one on the far right, bottom right. Okay, that figure is by one of Native's sub-brand. I could recognize it. That figure, how do I put it? It feels really weird for a bunny figure, like she is wearing stockings. She is covering her shoulders, but the parts that are supposed to be covered are not covered. So it feels super weird, the outfit design too. But they are just following the original art, right? Next picture over here, finally something for normal human beings. I see you are a fan of CC from Code Geass. Okay. I don't recognize many of the figures of CC over here. Like this one from which company, I'm not sure. Could be a prize figure, but I'm not certain. Ishtar from Sega Prize Ishtar. This is Asuna Prize figure as well. This Alisa figure from Plum, right? Made by Plum. I almost bought one back then, but in the end I went for the Good Smile Company version because I feel like that is the best one in terms of the pose and the quality. This one I can't remember which company. No, her name is Alisa Ilinichina Emilia. The word China is literally in her name, and she is supposedly Russian. Too bad Ufotable screwed up the anime adaptation of God Eater. I had high expectations for it. Okay, and then here we have a 1x4 scale of CC. This is by Mega House as well. The one lying on the ground, I'm not too sure what company is that. could be Mega House too, because Bandai and Mega House, they own the rights to this character. Should be within these few companies: Union Creative, Mega House, Bandai. Can't be anyone else. Down here, yeah, Monogatari stuff. I know that Monogatari is super popular, but I just couldn't bring myself to like the series. Like, I tried really hard to watch it, but in the end, I gave up after a few episodes. Like, I just couldn't bear the animation and the art style of Shaft. I just couldn't take it, right? Okay, and you have a great figure of Shinobu. This is the one by Good Smile, right? Yeah. And behind here, this is by Kotobukiya. What's her name again? Anyways, go and buy that figure of Kiss Shot. Was it Kiss Shot or Shinobu by this new company, Miyuki, the one holding a very long katana, right? Buy that figure. That is fabulous. Yeah. These are pop-up parades of To Love Go. Every single one of them are in swimsuit. Yeah, this is the budget option if you can't afford scale figures for every single character, right? And that is all for figures from Kyomin Araragi. Hello, I'm from Facebook. I'm not sure if I should be mentioning your name over here, so I'll choose to cover it instead, right? You can call me Moria01 during your review videos. I only own a small amount of scale figures, but I'm gonna send my other figure collection as well. Wow, these are old classic stuff, man. From the Shining series, right? Of course, once again, I don't remember their names, but this Shining series, the character arts are all done by Tony. This is this by Kotobukiya? I'm not too sure. This Ice Cream Girl as well. No, that is Alter, right? This is Alter. And then this is by Alpha Max, this one over here. Is that Mamako? It is, right? Okay, next picture. Okay, Azalane Atago by Alter. A lot of people own this figure as well. Plums, Skahak, the one in the middle, Kotobukiya. Oh, Shining series again. Yeah, I think I kind of remember this one. Very old figure as well. I mean, just by looking at the design of the box, you can already tell it is an old figure. More Shining stuff. Zekti and Elving from Kotobukiya. And Figma. I think this is also a Shining character. Yeah. These figures are at least 10 years old or even older than that. Nandoroids, Figmas, and oh yeah, speaking of transparent Gunpla like this, I'm not sure if that is even Gunpla, but I absolutely hated them. But Destiny Gundam's transparent version is selling really well after what happens in the Seed movie. Yeah, like I never understood why transparent mecha would appeal to some people. It never is attractive to me at all. Down here, these are HG, right? High grade 1x144? Or is it 1x100? I'm not too sure. Destiny Gundam. This is Ariel. Caliban, right? Caliban and... Okay, behind... Well, man, this is so crowded. I usually identify whether it is high grade or master grade based on the joints over here, but this is not high grade joint. This is at least one. This should be master grade joint over here. Yeah. I wasn't aware that these Gundams from Gundam Mercury already has a 1x100 scale. I wasn't aware at all. Must be full mechanics instead of master grade, right? They don't have MG at all. And behind Zeta Gundam... What is that? I can't tell. I can't tell at all. Alright, let's move on to the next picture. All of the stuff that I'm not I'm not familiar with. Yeah, Mamako, and then this is Princess Connect Redive. I told myself I need to watch the anime, which I did. I started like 3 episodes only so far, and I'm not really sure what I'm watching. It is entertaining in a way, but I'm not sure what I'm watching. Like, everyone is just eating rice every meal. Yeah, everyone is eating rice balls or fried rice. Are these action figures by Animaster or one of those Chinese brands? It looks that way to me, but I'm not familiar with these. Next picture, what do we have? Figmas. Long range Joshi Kose. Amakuni did a scale figure of her with her stretching her legs. I like that figure so much. But because of priorities, I couldn't afford it. Like, I need to buy something else first, you know? This is Shirogane, right? Hololive Shirogane. Okay. Sophia F. Shering from Barney Suit Planning. Just how do you guys who collect Figma continue to collect them even today? Because I just couldn't justify their prices, man. They are so exorbitantly expensive. More Figmas over here. Wow, these are old stuff. Mio Akiyama from K-On! Yuzuriha Inori. This one, I don't remember her name, but very old figure as well. This is from Black Rock Shooter. And this is Racing Miku, one of the older ones. Punishing Grey Raven. Arctech, I see. Yeah, Apex Toys Arctech, 1/8 scale. Judging from the comments you guys left behind in my review of Arctech Chi-Chi from Genshin Impact, there was a mixed opinion where some of you did not like Arctech figures at all because they feel very expensive, which I do agree they kind of feel expensive. Maybe because I got it from Taobao, it is slightly cheaper. But, you know, even after I did the conversion to my own currency, it is encroaching into the space of a lower cost scale figure in terms of pricing. So Apex Toys is going to have a hard time trying to sell this line of figures. I don't think it is a very solid and good quality product, but at the same time, just being slightly bigger in scale, is that enough to convince people to pay more for it? I'm not so certain. Next picture. Okay, Azulin stuff again. Oh, this one, I heard that the movie is getting a sequel. Lost Paradise again. I watched the movie. It was brilliant, right? The animation quality was brilliant. CGI heavy, but still very enjoyable. Emilia Ram Suna O Okami. Blue Archive is having an anime airing at the moment. Too early to judge though. Princess Connect. Princess Connect. Scarhack and Jujutsu Kaisen. What else? Alright, let's move on to the next picture. Oh, that is all. Okay, so that is all the collection is. So you have a lot of Figmas I'm seeing over here. Like, are you a long-time Figma collector? If you are, then it totally explains why you have so many of them. Like, nowadays, I find it really hard to justify their cost. Moving on to the next guy, Null Void. Okay, let's have a look at your email. I watched your episode 1 and wanted you to try roasting my figure collection. Hopefully, you pick me to show in your next video, and sorry for the low quality, can refer to me as Null Void. Alright, okay, so we go back to the first picture over here. Wow, you need better lighting in your room, man. And I don't mean lighting up your shelf, but your room looks really dark. It looks like a haunted underground basement to me. In a way, like, is it because of the shadows over here? I'm not too sure. The images are low quality, but anyways, it appears like you don't have much space. It feels that way to me. And how do you access the manga buried behind over there? Not easy. You know, your image quality would have been better just by turning on more lights if you have any. These are mangas, I think. Some plushies. You know, for a moment, I thought those were just of human remains, like you are doing some kind of evil experiments in your underground basement. Maybe I'm watching too much anime already, you know. Okay, this pair of figure feels familiar. I think it is from that isekai anime, not exactly ongoing series, seasonal anime, 2 seasons. Where that black cat girl over there, she is being cursed. And the main character, the dude, is like, it is an isekai anime. I don't remember the title anymore. Long title. I enjoyed the anime, 2 seasons. Okay. And this pair of figures, are they by Kadokawa? I'm just guessing over here because I do, I do know this pair of figures exist, but then I don't remember anymore which brand did it. Next picture over here, finally a Leon enjoyer. Yeah, her name is Leon, even though it is spelled Lion from Danmachi. Since season 1 itself, I did not have to wait until season 4. Leon is my favorite character in the anime. Like, I like her more than even Hestia. Hestia is, she is waifu material, but at the same time, there's something really attractive about Leon's personality. I really don't know how to put it in words. Yeah, I think it is her personality that attracted me. But anyways, so you have the limited edition of Leon as well. So you pre-ordered that figure from Good Smile online store, right? That was the only place you could get the limited version of the pop-up rate. And the one in the middle, that is the only scale figure of her in existence, which I highly recommend any of you Danmachi fans out there to get one before she becomes too rare. That is made by Alice Glint. Yeah, and it is a great figure. Just go to myfigurecollection.net and check out her user pictures. Next picture over here, okay, so we have two Aries Boreat figures over here. So you like Aries more than Roxy. Roxy is the fan favorite, I think. Like, you could see it, how many skill figures Roxy got compared to Aries. Like, almost double as much, I think. Okay, the one in front over here, that is by Kadokawa and Charaani. The one on the right, that is the one by Kyosuke. One of the most popular figures of her for very obvious reasons. Amakuni's 7 scene figures. I don't know which 7 scene this is, but she is an Amakuni figure from the 7 deadly sins. We have Milim Nava behind. 7 deadly sins again. This one is Satan. This one is also Satan, but by a different brand. I'm not sure what brand is that. This one is it Amakuni or Orchid Seed? Either one. Because Amakuni and Orchid Seed, they collaborated back then. Like, 7 sins. Half of the figures went to Orchid Seed, half of them went to Amakuni, and the amazing thing was that the quality was so consistent that you couldn't tell a difference whether which one was Orchid Seed quality, which one was Amakuni quality. They were very similar back then. Old figures by now, at least 10 years old, I think. Okay, and the one behind, I don't remember her name, that is by a Chinese brand called Deceitor. Yeah, that figure behind, original character. Okay, Xenoblade. Xenoblade surely has a lot of fans. 2 figures by Good Smile. All 3 are by Good Smile, I think. Okay, next one over here. Fire Emblem. Alright. Fire Emblem figures means they are made by intelligent systems. At least I do recognize this one over here. Yeah, seriously, bro, you really need to fix on your lighting. Seriously, dude, you need to fix your lighting. You need a brighter room. In fact, a bright room is a good thing. Like, it makes your mood better in general. Your mental health is better as well. Do you know what was my reaction when I first saw this picture of yours back then, when you emailed me for the first time, you know? I feel like I am looking at pictures of an aquarium fish tank. I'm not kidding over here. This really looks like an aquarium fish tank to me. Like, the level of lighting and how dark it is and everything is surrounded behind a glass tank. I feel like I'm looking at an aquarium, man. And the fact that the glass is very reflective is not helping as well. Yeah, more Fire Emblem figures. Shibuya Scramble figures, Tokisaki Kugumi. And this is a doll of Kugumi. I'm not sure if this is Dolphy or BJD or any other types of doll. I'm not familiar with them, even though I have a friend who really likes these kind of things. To me, I just couldn't get over how big her forehead is. Yeah, this should be a BJD, I think, or a Dolphy. Similar class as Dolphy. That is a huge forehead. Is this custom? This is custom, right? I don't think this is an official doll from Volks, because Volks wouldn't do something like this, like a big forehead. This must be something custom. Okay, and what do we have over here? One Piece. This must be third-party resin, I think. Like, all of the characters of the main cast in one single figure. That is one way to do it, even though it looks messy, from Fairy Tail. And Yeah, One Piece and Fairy Tail. And that is all for pictures from Null Void. Bro, this is an underground aquarium, man. Fix your lighting, seriously. Moving on to the next submission from Small World Photography. There is no email to read over here because he personally contacted me on Facebook. We are actually friends in a way. He is from Poland and he owns the page Small World Photography. Yeah, same name on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook. Go and check him out and follow him if you can. He is a figure photographer, just like I am, and actually that is how we got to know each other. Like, we shared knowledge on how to capture anime figure pictures and so on. So go and check out his work. So he wanted to be featured in my roasting series, but he kept delaying things. He said that please give me some time, I need to clean up my room, because seriously, this guy is making full use of every single inch of the space inside his living space over here in his room, because yeah, he is really struggling over here. Like, first world problem right here, this guy, right? He has so much stuff because he needs to display his figures. He buys a lot of figures, and he also has to make do with stuff like his computers, his lighting equipment, camera, tripods, and all this stuff, you know. So there are a lot of things going on over here, and here we go with the first picture. There is really so much stuff going on. Like, bro, how do you live comfortably in such a limited space like this? Okay, so we can see a camera tripod right here. Artificial grass, the same kinds I have as well. Okay, so on the desk here we have Good Smiles Kiss Shot, right? Figure from Monogatari series. This is the adult version. This is Chio. Yeah, dude loves his Chio figures, and a lot of you buy Chio figures for some reason. Like, you guys love the character, I suppose. Here is another one. I think this is the one by Revolve, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember the brands of every figure, okay? And this is original character. I can't remember the brand that made this one, but I do know this figure exists. Oh, alright. Is this an extension screen from laptop? I think it is, right? Yeah, add-on screen. There are so many things going on. Yeah, wire management is about as bad as mine. I think mine is a lot worse. And what do we have up here? This elf is very popular. This dark-skinned elf, I can't remember her name anymore. I think 5-10 years ago, there were a lot of scale figures of her. Ram, is this Kadokawa or any... So many Ram figures, you know. Pop-up Braid Miku, I call that Toga Himiko cosplaying as Miku. Then we have Taito AMP Plus, Albedo, very popular figure as well. Kakudate Karin from Max Factory, Arona, what company again, can't remember, but this one is getting a re-release. We have a prize figure of 02 behind, and then yeah, Nishikigi Chisato by Good Smile, Monogatari series, I can't remember her name, that cat girl. Morgan and Kotobukiya Bishoujo series. It is not like I remember every characters, you know. This one I can't really tell. What do we have up here? Price figures again. Dude, you keep telling me that you lack space, and then you spend so much on price figures. Like, seriously, cut down on the number of price figures and pop upgrades you buy, and then save all those precious limited space for better scale figures. I think that is the best advice I can give over here. Taito MP Plus, my Sakurajima, that is worth keeping for sure. So what do you buy for pop upgrades? Neko what's the name again? Chocolat and Vanilla. Albedo. Bro, you shouldn't be buying Albedo from Pop Upgrade. I know that you like Albedo, you have told me a number of times, but Pop Upgrade is the wrong purchase, man. Okay, Megumin, Shui, Toga Himiko, Ochako. Alright, next picture over here. Okay, so this is a zoomed in view of your desk earlier. Like, like I said earlier, dude is using every single inch of his space. Okay, that Monogatari figure looks fabulous, but I did not notice that other girl behind her. That is from Move Love Alternative, though I can't remember her name anymore, and that figure has depreciated a lot by now. Is that a Kotobukiya figure? I think so. I can get one for 5,000 to 6,000 yen. And the thing that caught my attention over here is this filament wheel over here, the transparent one. For those of you who don't know what that is actually 3D printing filament, you know. The material, they roll it around a wheel, you mount it on a 3D printer to print stuff, and once the material finishes, you are left with an empty wheel over there. Now, I have so many of these that I don't know what to do with them. I even throw away some of them. I send them for recycling. Now, using it for cable management is certainly something I've never thought of before. So maybe I'll keep a few of them for cable management, since my cable management at home for my computer is kind of horrendous. Yeah. And is that laser engraver? Yeah. Laser engraving machine. I actually wanted to buy one myself to make props for figure photography, but it hasn't been a priority for me. So dude has a lot of stuff. That is a laser engraver. Sometimes you can cut materials with a laser engraving machine as well. This is foam for dioramas, presumably. Camera tripod. Wow. You know, when you sent me random pictures of your room in the past, they don't look as well organized. So I suppose that you had to organize them. And as you can see, dude actually prints figure photos, you see. If you are a figure photographer, you use expensive mirrorless cameras or DSLRs to capture pictures of your figures, printing them is actually a good idea. Like, printing in photography in general is a whole different level of enjoyment. Yeah. I love printing pictures as well, and some of my figure photography works, I will print it and frame it to be displayed in my studio sometime in the future. Like, a way to make my studio more attractive. It is not a main priority at now because all of these things cost money, but I do intend to do something very similar. Okay, I suppose that I don't have to zoom in and inspect every individual figure so much because he sent me a lot of pictures. We'll go through the pictures soon. And it looks like you buy figures in deluxe packages. You go for the ones with wall scroll and you display them as well, which is really nice for those of you who actually make use of it, right? And yeah, this is a brilliant way of keeping dust off your anime figures. Surely, you could have shoved in more figures over here, but those acrylic boxes meant that you cannot put as many figures on display because they take up space. But still, I would rather do this if I had to choose. Like, I don't have to clean my figures individually that often. I actually prefer it this way. Okay, so this is, yeah, lighting again. All the filming and photography equipment over here. So many rods. And then we have LED lights, I assume, with a soft box. Okay, we move on to the next picture. Next picture over here, yeah, I'm seeing a row of ramp price figures down here. If you lack space, you shouldn't be buying so many price figures and going to the extent of keeping their boxes, man. I don't see a point. And I see you have Dakimakuras though. I don't recognize any of the characters over here. Yeah. Next picture. Yeah, Spiritiel's Toga Himiko. That is a great figure, man. And I think they are re-releasing the same figure but in a different color scheme. Slightly different, still looks amazing. And here we have a bunch of, yeah, Full by Cute series bunny figures, very obvious. Are you buying every single one of them? And more price figures over here. Nandroid Marin Kitagawa. Shiro. This is a Taito figure by Shiro as well. See? Oh. Bro. All those spaces could have been allocated for scale figures, man. It's not like you can't afford it. You have amazing scale figures. I don't think I can blame you for buying those Furio by Cute Bunny figures. I like them a lot. But everything else, like Ban Presto EXQ is kind of trash nowadays. 3 years ago, they were amazing. But the newer ones, I have no idea what happened. Like Ban Presto and Bandai Spirit figures nowadays, they are among the worst priced figures money can buy. I think the second worst would be Sega, I think. Absolute worst is Bandai Spirits at the moment, or Ban Presto. I don't think they use Ban Presto names anymore. Oh, Robotic Notes. Frau Kojiro, right? Yeah. Is that the same figure I used to own? I think it is the same figure. I used to own this one as well. Oh, wow. You know, these two massive bust figures of Ram and Ram, they're actually prize figures, by the way. Yeah. Asuna Ichinose, great figure. Karin Kakudate as well. I wanted to buy one if I can, but budget is the limit at the moment. And you also bought the Good Smile version of Asuna. Chibi figures from Rebos. Good purchases, by the way. They are really good buys and they don't take up that much space. Okay, next picture. Yeah, better look over here. Wow, these two figures are ancient from Haganai, right? These two are by Max Factory. They actually bargain bins at some points. Can find one for 6,000 or 7,000 yen. Goto Matabe by Aote, Hyakaryoran. They bargain bins as well. Yeah, this figure, I know that it is by Mietos, but I just can't remember names at the moment. Mangas and... Oh, Toradora, yeah. Small World, this guy, he likes Toradora as well. Did you buy the 1x4 scale Taiga figures? I myself am a pirate king. Like, I don't keep physical copies of anime series, so I actually have a lot of respect for people who spend money on these things. I don't because of limits in my budget, and I would rather allocate it to, besides figure stuff, also photographic equipment. I just love my cameras, you know, so I don't spend money on these things. The amount of hard disk I have just for keeping anime is a lot, seriously a lot. And here we have a steel suitcase. Guy is hiding his millions of dollars in there, I can tell already. Ban Presto. Alright, finally something to talk about. So here is this Kadokawa, I think it is, right? Kadokawa's Darkness. That is a great figure. I don't see myself buying Konosuba stuff at the moment, even though I actually liked the series. Binding 1x4 scale. Yeah, binding 1x4 scale as well. Very reflective because of the plastic case. Oh, I'm just seeing this Asuna right now. So, I mean, if you are to buy more of these Blue Archive figures, where are you going to display them? Seriously, there is not... there is no space left, man. Yep, binding figures. I had to crop in the image, you see, because YouTube probably does not like it. This figure, I can't remember what company, but I am suspecting it should be for real. And this is from a classic anime, really old anime. I think the name was Slayer. Slayer had like 4 or 5 seasons, which I did not watch. Next picture over here, okay, we have a Ram figure at the back. I can't remember what company made that figure because there are so many Ram figures. The one in front over here, this is probably the main highlight of this picture. So this Kemono figure over here, of course, I don't remember the brand or even the name of the character, but it was a relatively new brand in a way. You know, day one, this figure went on pre-order back then. Within 1 hour, she was listed. She became completely sold out everywhere. No matter which Japanese website you went to, she was completely sold out. So a lot of people did not have the opportunity to buy it, and then eventually she is getting a re-release, though I don't remember when she's coming out. Yeah, she is getting a re-release, but still I do think even a second re-release will be in very high demand. This girl is Mio from this seasonal anime. Season 2 is ongoing. It will run for 2 courses, like 24 or 25 episodes. I'm very happy about it. I loved the anime, right? So I'm happy to see this one getting season 2. And the one on the right over here, I do recognize her. This is by a Chinese company called Deceitor. Yeah. And from the looks of it, it looks It looks like a great figure, right? Chinese companies, they are doing great figures. 1x4 scale extend by free ink. Yeah, I remember you telling me that you bought this figure and you loved it a lot. Great figure, by the way. These two figures over here, I can't really recognize them. And here, yeah, there's a native figure right there. This figure here by Lovely, that was a great buy. I even nominated it as one of the best of year 2023. Yeah. This is, oh, Hatsune Miku, I see. She is in box, right? Yeah, the figure is in box. Taito AMB Plus Miku. This was pretty hard to find when she came out back then. Yeah, 2 figures, man. If you bought the deluxe version, you got 2 figures for about 30,000 yen, 30 or 33,000 yen. Great purchase. Yeah, this was by Native or some other figure brand that I can't remember, but it was under the Native group. Great purchases. Like, I just asked earlier whether you have any Toradora figures at 1x4. Yep, there it is. Formidable by Alter. See? You can afford to buy Formidable. Why are you spending so much on price figures? That is what I don't get. Not to say that I am discouraging you guys from buying price figures, but when your space is so limited, you really need to prioritize what is more important. Behind we have, yeah, another Taiga figure, the Tiger version, and that girl, can't remember her name, but I loved her from Food Wars, Shokugeki no Soma. I really like her. Bro, where do you sleep? Where is your bed? What do you have up there? RAM again. See? You're buying so many RAMs, man. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so Formidables box. Yeah, Queen Bee by Binding. So you have BNHA. Konosuba. I see. You are buying Konosuba stuff. Albedo. That Albedo shouldn't be there, bro. Shouldn't be there. See, I can't remember her name. Now I'm seeing her name there. Mikamo Neru. Let's see what else do we have on your desk. A printer. Oh, this... Okay, this is ink... external ink tank. Alright, you're printing your own pictures, right? And Blue Yeti mic. The same one I'm using. Blue Yeti. Amazing audio quality when used in studio like this, man. Like I'm pairing this Blue Yeti with my smartphone. I record my smartphone and I just dub my videos. All of my videos that are indoors, they are dubbed, by the way. And I connect it to my phone using Dolby Atmos app, and Dolby Atmos will use AI and just clean up my audio. I don't have to edit anything at all. Yeah. Yes, every video you see me sitting on this desk, it would be Blue Yeti, smartphone, and Dolby Atmos app, and the audio quality is amazing when combined with AI processing. Okay, there we go. 3D printer. Is that the Creality? Yeah, Creality Ender 3 Pro, I think, which is actually a very old printer by now. If you were to buy a 3D printer today, I will tell you guys to stay away from Ender 3. I mean, Ender 3 Pro in general is a good beginner's printer, but I would rather you increase your budget a bit and go for something a bit better. Instead of buying something around $300, you go for the $500 to $600 range if you can. And those printer comes with very neat features right out of the box that will really help you to get started with 3D printing. Yeah, filament. There we go. Filament box. 3D printing filament, you should really keep it tightly sealed. Do not expose it to any humidity if you can. You're sending so many pictures of the same thing, man. Yeah, I know, different angles, but still. Yeah, I forgot to comment on this Trigun figure. So is that the only dude figure you have around? Yeah, of course, a quick look at smaller photography. Even if you did not send me this picture, I would have shared your page with everyone else anyway. Yeah. And you have exactly the same floor tiles as I do back at home. Exactly the same one. Though mine is darker in color, like there is a layer of dark varnish finish on it, but exactly the same pattern. What are those rubber mats for? Is it? Oh, I see. Is it for audio recording? Because you need some soft materials surrounding you, or there will be some reverb or some echo going on with your audio recording. And that is all for the photos by Small World Photography. In terms of a collection, I like it a lot. Like, you have great taste in choosing what scale figures to buy. The problem lies in your priorities when obviously you are struggling with space, you lack space, yet you are buying price figures in huge numbers. I have no idea why you are doing that. Like, instead of 5 price figures of RAM, I would rather you settle for a more expensive scale figure of her, which is also higher quality. It is not like there is a shortage of choices out there, so many RAM figures, even in the scale figure market. The same thing can be said for your Konosuba collection. Okay, sure, you already have that Kadokawa Darkness figure in Yukata, which is amazing. Why are you buying the pop-up rates? I have no idea why you're doing that. Yeah. For Megumi, there are also scale figures of her. Go for those. Right, go for those. I think that is my only critique of your collection over here. I won't say much about how messy your room looks, and this is considered rather tidy already, because I have the same problem. Alright, we move on to the next one, because this video is getting really long, right? Because I would rather cover all of you over here in this video today and then start fresh from episode 4. So there is a larger spacing between episode 3 and episode 4 because I need to wait for you guys to submit content to me. Okay, the next guy over here is from Y2K Random. I don't think there is any email to read. First picture over here. The moment you open the door to his room, he is already screaming into your face, "I am a weep." I'm just curious, why are you putting a curtain in front of the door? Is it because you don't like how your door looks? Your door is really ugly, so you're trying to hide it? Yeah, I mean, this is not very common practice over here. So I'm just interested in knowing why are you putting a huge curtain in front of the door, regardless of its design. Okay, next one over here, something that I don't recognize. Is this figure by Belle Fine? Because I feel like it is. I've seen it somewhere, but I don't know what character this is. Yeah. Behind here, okay, we have something made in the United States instead of China or Japan. Like, this figure literally represents USA for the sheer amount of assault rifles behind her. You guys love your guns, right? Girls front line, is it? I'm not too sure. I've seen this figure before. Like, I think I've even covered this figure before in the past, maybe last year, but I don't remember anything anymore. Next picture, very popular figure, Ningguang and also Ganyu. Are you keeping a wooden crate box? Let me know in the comments below. Yeah. The box is amazing for sure, but it was over-designed, over-engineered. I don't know why Apex Toys did that. Black sofa for filming adult films, right? Yes, I know. A lot of anime fans love their black sofas as well. And wow. A lot of you really display posters and wall scrolls, yeah? Not my kind of thing, seriously, not my kind of thing. Kaguya, and then is that Ganyu? Looks like Ganyu to me. Oh, you also collect keychains. Keychains, they are very popular in my country, and especially when you go to anime events and conventions, you'll see a lot of independent artists and creators selling their own custom keychains, usually acrylic, of course, not too different from these over here. Is that Token Ganbu? I'm not too sure. Let me know down in the comments below. Oh, Black Rock Shooter. You bought that Black Rock Shooter scale figure by Good Smile because, to be honest with you, that was one of the worst BRS figures I've seen. And I was so disappointed because I was really looking forward to that BRS figure right there. Like, I wanted to buy one myself. But after seeing the actual figure in person, not just from user pictures, but I saw the figure in person at an anime convention, I just couldn't bring myself to pay for that figure. Like, it is not worth it. If you got it for a bargain bin price, then maybe, but still, that figure had a massive box, like a really tall box. I think was like 70 or 80 cm, so shipping cost on that is absurd. Next picture over here. Great purchases, man. Really good buys. So on the left, we have Apex Toys Mei Raiden from Honkai Impacted. And then in the middle, we have Good Smiles Hokusai from FGO. I also own the same figure. And on the right, we have Noshiro from Azul, also by Apex Toys. Great choices. And I see you love High School DxD. Ria's Grammar sticker right there. I'm not a fan of putting stickers on my furniture because they leave behind all these sticky stains, you know, in case I choose to remove them later on. Arcanites. My budget is rather limited. Otherwise, I would spend a lot on Arcanite stuff, man. Yeah, but FGO is already draining my wallet really dry. This figure is amazing, man. No, is this Furyu? Was this Furyu and Phoenix? I think it is. I can't remember anymore. Alright, what else do we have? This is by Apex Toys. Lovely figure. Azulin stuff by Outer behind. And then Senran Kagura. It is a great way to display a badge next to a skill figure. I also have never thought of doing so. Badges and keychains, they are popular over here because they are very affordable. Mona, Klee, Barbara, and Keqing, Genshin stuff. Yeah, this kind of LED, like it is white LED but with a bluish tinge. Those are the kind of lights that I hate the most. Like, I prefer a slightly warm yellow light. My own preference, by the way. I'm sorry I had to cover that up, but man, are you living alone? Because I don't see any ordinary person would display a wall scroll or poster like that. Yeah, I had to cover it, right? Literally bare nipples for everyone to see. And plushies, alright, plushie. The one on the left, I don't remember what company made this figure, but this is from Atelier Ryza. And there are not many scale figures of her. In front of Naoe Kanetsugu from Alter, this thing bargain bins like crazy. Great figure, terrible anime. But if you like her, you can find her for 4,000 to 5,000 yen nowadays. Yeah, in Mandarake and so on. And behind here, Canis, the best Canis figure ever made. Like, that is the only Canis figure you'll ever need. And she isn't expensive. Can find one for around 20,000 yen, plus minus. Next picture over here. Oh wow, that Senran Kagura figure is massive. Yeah, the one on top right there. I had to zoom in because I forgot to cover up her chest. Is that 1x3 scale? I think I'm starting to remember. There was a figure brand who made a 1x3 scale figure of her. Yeah, blue light, not my kind of thing. Maybe because I am so triggered by the blue light we use to cure resin. Like, I also own resin printers, those that people use to make garage kits, and we use blue light to cure the resin. Not this kind of blue light, but maybe because the blue light from those printers, they are really bad for your eyes. That is why I don't like this kind of lights in general. Yeah, that is a huge figure on top, man. That Senran Kagura figure. It is either 1x4 or 1x3. Oh, this looks familiar. Is this by Kadokawa again? I can't remember, but very familiar to me. This must be an Apex Toys figure. I mean, I look at the base, it feels like something they would do, you know? Next picture over here. Okay, so we have Morgan again. Chiyo figure by Max Factory. Chiyo is so popular among you guys. And then we have Ozaki. And the one behind, I can't be sure what is that. Oh, wow. Amakuni. Yeah, that is also Leviathan by Amakuni. And then the one behind that is a Kotobukiya figure, though I don't remember her name. I think she is from Grand Blue Fantasy. The one in front is a native figure. And the one on the right, this one I don't recognize her at all. This was a great figure. I actually wanted to buy it, but until today I haven't done so yet. Something blue. I don't remember her name anymore. This is also original character. It is like, I remember seeing every one of these figures, but I don't remember anything about them. Arknights again, and Amiya. This is Rebo's Rise Up Amiya. Great figure, about 5 to 6,000 yen only. Yeah, buy one if you can. She is getting a re-release, by the way. NG Woman, is this a third party or is it the one by Mega House? Let me know down in the comments below. Should be a Mega House figure because so far I haven't seen a single third party figure in your collection, so that must be a licensed figure. Oh, how much did you pay for this figure? Let me know down in the comments below. I can't afford this thing. But at the same time, to me, it feels like this thing is really messy or cluttered in a way. So I can't say that I like this figure that much. And I mean, even if I had, was it, how many thousand yen was this already? Even I had the money to afford this thing, I think I would spend it on some other figures. Like, I'm not too fond of how this figure was being designed because it is getting a bit over the top. Too much. Alright, what else do we have over here? Oh, Fire Force. Okay, I did not watch the anime. Like, I tried watching it. Great song by Aimer, but I wasn't a fan of it. Your room seems to be pretty packed as well. You don't have much space going on. At this point, after looking at your room pictures, I'm more convinced now that you are covering your main door simply as a way of decorating your room in a way. Like, maybe that door is an eyesore over there, so you put a huge wall scroll or even a curtain over there. Yeah, you have really expensive taste and I like it. I like your figures, but I assume that you have to be staying alone to display not safe for work posters everywhere in your room. And the last guy over here, Yao Jang. Okay, so here is your email right here. Let me read it out. Hi X-Krogane, I have always liked your videos and saw that you were doing some figure collection review. Here I shared some pictures of my collection. Hope this helps in your content. Thanks for your hard work. Yeah, thanks for sending me your pictures. Seems like you also own quite a bunch of edgy figures, right? They are very popular. Okay, so right from this very first picture over here, I can already tell you are a man of culture. So a Vertex L figure, once again. Orchid Seed Elaine, I own this figure as well, but I bought it so long ago, so that was way before this channel even existed, so I have never reviewed it before. That is a great figure. Too bad that Orchid Seed did re-release it once, but they chose to re-release the dark skin version. And then this one, the one in the middle, this is a Skytube figure, I think. This one as well. Elf Village figure again. And behind we have a Daiki Kogyo figure. This figure in front over here, I actually nearly bought this figure back then. This is by Skytube. I think her name is Iris, and this came out many years ago. I found this figure to be really unique in a way where she is carrying an oxygen or diving tank behind her. That is not common in anime figures, by the way. And of course, the sculpt on her body was outstanding. I nearly bought this one. But nowadays, this figure is extremely rare, so I dare not even look at the aftermarket prices. I think it is not an understatement to say that that is one of my regrets for not buying it sooner. Next one over here, what do we have? Oh, this is by Kotobukiya, right? That lost, that high school girl which ran away from home. Yeah, and then I watched the anime. Taito MP Plus, Marine again, very popular figure. This figure of... I'm actually curious, why did you pick this version of Megumi, right? Is this by Aniplex? I can't remember anymore. Because there are better scale figures of her, or maybe you just wanted this figure to complement your other figures in your collection over here. Like, they all blend really well together in terms of their pose. Maybe that is the reason. Senna from Griffin Enterprises. I know I criticized Griffin a lot, and 80% of their figures are trash, but this figure of Senna and also the other girl, I can't remember her name, the one that always has a salty face on every time. They are small figures, but at least they look decent. And I see that you got rid of her base because Griffin Enterprises bases are taking up too much space, right? Yeah. This base over here. That was a small figure, but this figure got a base like this. I'm not joking. It is wasting so much space. And behind is this by was it Kyoskyo? I think so. Great buy. I like this figure. Of Shion from that Slime anime. Season 3 ongoing. I'm enjoying it. Behind we have more Saekano figures in swimsuit. Yeah, great purchases overall. This Mizuhara figure over here, is that the Good Smile version? I think it is, right? Yeah, Good Smile version. This Senna is a really old figure, man. This Senna must be by Alpha Max. Came out like in year 2014 or so. Oh, Dead Alive. This is by Belfine. Either Palcra or Belfine, one of the low tier figure companies, but you did not have a choice because no other brands are making figures of this character, right? But your choice in picking Tokisaki Kurumi, I'm also curious, why did you buy this specific version of Kurumi? Is this the Alpha Max one? I'm not too sure. No, I don't think so. Alpha Max is the lingerie one, right? I don't remember which brand made this one. And behind that Lala figure, that is not common. I don't see many people buying it. That Lala figure in the white dress, that is a great purchase. In front, we have Free Inks Momo and that girl, I don't recognize her. That white dress, Lala, if I am not mistaken, that is by... There was this legendary figure brand. It was a collaboration between Alter and Mega House. Yes, Alpha Omega, yeah. A lot of you may have never heard of Alpha Omega, this brand before. It is actually a collab between Mega House and Alter. So that Lala is by Alpha Omega, came out like 7 years ago or so. That was a great figure, by the way. And I don't see many people own that figure. Okay, oh wow, we have more ancient stuff over here. That figure in front, Buddy by Alter, came out many years ago. That one bargain bins as well. 5,000 yen, you could get one back then. Everyone owns this AMP Plus Taito figure of Albedo. Maybe I should get one for myself. Behind we have Furio. Yeah, Furio's Albedo. That is one of the better figures of Albedo simply for being unique. This is by Union Creative. And then we have Kotobukiya's Dark Angel Olivia. This one, I don't remember her name. This mouse girl in front, I'll call her Ratatouille. This is by Alter, I think. And once again, Max Factory Chio. Chio is so popular in this episode today. Okay, so we have a bunch of One Piece stuff. Presumably, all of them are by Mega House. And in front, this figure over here, this is a really old figure, at least 10 years old. This is, what was her name again? I don't remember her name. Is it, no, this is not Nomi Kudravka. Nomi was the grey color hair girl with a beret on her head. I don't remember her name, but I know that is a figure by Orchid Seed from 10 years ago. Okay, so we have Black Rock Shooter over here. Both the original canon version and the Black Blade. I own both as well. This is... You see, I am bad at remembering Kankole characters. Just that I know this is by Max Factory. The one in front over here. Behind we have a Kotobukiya Shining Wind figure. Very old figure. And is that DZ from Outer? It is, right? I think this is DZ. It's being covered. Shimakaze. There were two companies that made the same exact figure of Shimakaze. This can't be the Griffin version, judging by the base. Max Factory Tamamo, one of my regrets. I bought it and then I sold it. I shouldn't have sold the figure. This Yui 1/6 scale. This, yeah, Aniplex Saber. And then this is Good Smile. I don't remember her name. And then behind we have Kadokawa's Marsh Kirilight. And also Saber Outer. This is from Hyakaryoran as well, by Outer. Bargain bins by now, I think. Next picture. Wow, you have a lot of stuff. Okay, let's talk about the legendary one. This figure in front, dual-wielding katanas over here. I don't remember her name. I don't know what anime or game she came from. I know that this figure came out 15 years ago, like 20 years ago. This figure is from year 2005 or so, and she went for 5,500 yen or so back then. It was really cheap, but it was a top tier figure by Good Smile Company. And if you own a figure from year 2005, I imagine you can't be you can't be a millennial, right? Like you are probably Gen X by now. A lot of legendary stuff over here. Yeah, this Kano Uncho is also a very old figure. Is it Good Smile or Griffin? I can't remember anymore. Like this is literally almost 15 to 20 years ago, right? Aquamarines Moderate, I own the same figure. And the new Saber Outer by Good Smile, was it? I think it is. All the sabers by Good Smile. Right. Behind that one, that is the Hyuk version. I did not like it that much. And here we have all the Mikus. I own this Racing Miku. Is it version 2021? I'm not too sure. I have this version of Miku because I thought she was quite photogenic in a way. And the one in front, this is one of the oldest one over here. This is 2011 version by Good Smile. This is the summer version. Was it freeing? I think it was freeing. I owned this figure in the past as well. And behind this is the Good Smile Deep Sea version, right? Yeah, Deep Sea version. Oh, wow. All these figures are bringing back memories. Old figure by Outer, I think from what was the name of the anime again? It is a game, but there was an anime adaptation. This is an Outer figure. Why is she not holding her lance? Did you break something? This is from God Eater, 1x4 skill behind. Is it? I can't really tell. Master Artoria from Alter. This one is... I just know she is a girl's frontline character, but I don't remember the model of the rifle. I think it was DSG something, a sniper. I used to own this figure of Kasugano Sora Bunny version by Alter. And this one... This is not the outer version. Outer version is the one sitting on the floor. This one, I don't remember which brand made it as well. A lot of old stuff, and that Saber Outer in made, right? This was a Wonder Festival exclusive, like year 2007, 2008. It was long ago. Next picture over here, wow. Infinite Stratos, but you only like Shinono no Hoki, so you bought these two figures. Why did you not buy the Ami version? The one where she is in her full armor, full suit. I think that was the best Hoki figure, even though the quality control was a bit sketchy back then. So this is the 1x4 skill by Freeing. The other one is the 1x7 skill by Gift. Gift doesn't even exist anymore nowadays. And Infinite Stratos bargain bins like crazy. Like, the anime was hot garbage. Literally hot trash. Don't waste your time on it. Season 1 was still okay, but Season 2 was hot garbage. This is Alta's Scarhack casual version. This one I don't remember, but I watched the anime adaptation. It was like 12 episodes. And this blonde girl over here, she used ice magic. Yeah, that is all I remember, but I don't recall anything about the title of the anime. It was kind of decent actually. Oh, so you have cabinets surrounding your television. So you're displaying your stuff in the living room for everyone to see. But at least I can see some locks on your display, so that is fine. Is this a bedroom or living room? Like, some people do have televisions in a bedroom. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, this is like a view of the overall collection. We took a look at the individual figures earlier, so we don't need to go through the figures again. But seriously, looking at your collection, it reminds me of so many stuff from the past. Like, it feels nostalgic in a way. Figures from 10, 15, even 20 years ago. Okay, Gunpla. Is this Master Grade? Yes, it is. The moment I saw this exposed gold color joint, I know it is Master Grade, but you bought the normal version, which comes with, poop gold color joints. I bought the full burst version because I wanted gold plated metallic joints, even though the pricing wasn't really worth it. Yeah, the standard version was like 4,800 yen, and then the full burst was over 7,000 yen, just for a bit of gold color plated parts, but still I insisted on the full burst version. This Destiny Gundam, is it MG or 1x100 non-grade? This doesn't look like MG to me. No, this is 1x100 non-grade. Look at the joint, right? Master Grade joint is different. This is 1x100 non-grade. I think I bought one. Yes, I do have one in my cabinet. I have forgotten I even own this figure, man. And Master Grade Infinite Justice Gundam is one of my biggest regrets because I did something really stupid to it. Like, I wanted the joints to shine like my MG Strike Freedom Full Burst mode. So what I did was that I did repainting of the internal joints, right? I did full repaint on the internal frame, and the paint was too thick. I ended up jamming all of the joints. The joints couldn't move anymore. I made a mistake because Infinite Justice was one of my first 5 MG kits back then. This Justice Gundam in front, yeah, 1x100 non-grade as well. And the Freedom behind. The Freedom is MG, I think. Is it? Usually, oh no, this is 1x100 non-grade as well. Alright. Big fans of Gundam Seed, just like I am. Like, most people of my generation, Gen X to Gen Y, I'm Gen Y. A lot of us are big fans of Gundam Seed because most of the time, like, that is literally our very first Gundam series. Oh, so is this the back corner of your room where you store boxes? So let's have a look. What else do you have over here? Okay. So on top, yeah, I don't remember which character this is, but I've seen the figure before. More Ryza stuff. This is Celia, right? Her name is Celia. She is from that anime game, adapted as anime about jousting, horse riding and spearing each other, jousting. This is Move Love Alternative. Was it Kotobukiya or Alpha Max? Either one. Same thing for Takamura Yui. Right, this is by Alpha Max, I think. And this is a Chinese brand figure. She has really long legs. I remember her for her long legs. Down here we have Alpha Max, God Eater, Alisa, Eleni, China, Emilia. I own the Good Smile version because I personally think Good Smile is the best version, but the Alpha Max one is quite hot, right? The pose is nice. This one, I don't recognize these two. Very old figures over here, Ram and Sonico. I also don't remember what brand made this Sonico. So you own this figure or this Azulian figure in the middle, which I censored. What do you think about her face? Let me know down in the comments if you are watching this, because until today, despite all of the praises from the owners of that figure, I did not like her face at all. Yeah, even after seeing this picture over here. So with your choice of 1x4 skills over here, there is one character that really stood out. It is Ein Wallenstein in front on the left. Yeah, Ice Wallenstein. Not many people bought this figure as far as I'm aware of, though she is quite rare now. From Danmachi. I like Shion a lot. Yeah, even though she sucks in cooking. Soji Okita by Good Smile. I love that figure, man. The problem is that her katana is so fragile, like it wouldn't hurt Good Smile to charge us an additional 1000 yen and to make that katana, not really a katana, I think that is more of a naginata, right? A very extra long sword. To make that sword in die cast in metal. I just didn't like how flimsy that plastic sword is. Yeah. In front we have Aquamarine's Nero Claudius. Behind that is an old figure by Kotobukiya from the Shining series. Yeah, very old figure as well. On the far left, yeah, very famous figure, Aniplex Gen Der Outer. Like, this reaction video today is turning out to be more like a figure identification test to me in a way. Yeah, and that is all for pictures by Yao Jang. In a way, your figures also make me remember all of the old stuff from many years ago. Very nostalgic in a way. So I really don't have much criticisms regarding your collection over here, like the way you're displaying it, other than the green LEDs, like maybe that comes from the gamer side of you, who knows? Like maybe I'm just picky with lighting, right? I don't like those green or blue LEDs. At the same time, if you tell me put yellow color because RGB, you know, but I can't say I like RGB colors in general for lighting up my figures. If there is one thing I'm curious about, is that your decision to outline your cabinet with green color LEDs instead of putting lighting inside to light up your collection. Or maybe you're just not the kind to light up your figure collection, which is me, by the way. Normally, if I were to have a display case, a display cabinet even, I wouldn't turn on the lights. I would install them, but I wouldn't turn it on unless I have guests visiting. Yeah. So that is all for today's video, episode 3 of me roasting your collection, though I did not roast that much actually. I know this is like an extra long episode because I want to clear off the backlog over here, no matter the length. Normally, I would prefer each episode to average around 1 hour, but this is almost double at this point. Anyways, episode 4 will be quite some time away. I have figures to review next week and even the week after, so we'll see when episode 4 will air. It all depends on how much stuff you guys send it towards my way. Like, if there are at least 5 submissions, I will do an episode. Yeah. So, if you enjoyed this video, give this video a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe to this channel for anime figure contents in general every week. Until then, I'll see you guys again very soon. Goodbye.